Snow strikes Maryland for the first time this year. It's Sunday, January 13th, and the first snowfall of 2019 continues around the state. This is a live look at Anne Arundel County right now. Salt trucks and plows, well, they've been pouring over the roads, doing their best to keep them clear. Here's a look in Carroll County. While the road looks clear, it is still slick out there. Hello, and thank you for joining us for this WJZ Snow Special. I'm Rick Ritter. It's our first real dose of winter, and along with the snow, it's much colder than it's been. WJZ has a team of reporters covering this winter weather. Tracy Leong is live in Baltimore City, Devin Bartolotta is live in Townsend, and Kimberly Eaton is standing by in Anne Arundel County. But let's get right over to meteorologist Tim Williams, who is updating the current conditions. Tim.
It's been a very active system. I'll ask you very quickly. You came in from the city. How were your roads coming in?
Roads very clear. I was extremely impressed. Obviously, they were out there all last night putting that brine down, putting the salt down. Very good. Traffic going by smoothly. That's
very good. Then, as you mentioned, they were out since last night. And last night was when it started. We started seeing the snow coming down since yesterday evening or so, just around 5 o'clock. So now we have been seeing the effect of that snow steady since yesterday evening. When the snow started coming down yesterday, we were above freezing. So what went down on the ground initially, especially with the brine on the road, as Rick just mentioned, melted down. As the temperatures dropped overnight, what was on the ground started to freeze, and then the snow settled on top of it. So what you're driving around on now on anything that's untreated is ice with a layer of snow on it, and that is what continues to settle over the area right now. So let's take a look at live Doppler radar. You see that there are some areas where we're starting to see a bit of drying out now across the top tier of the state and heading back toward Washington County, back toward Hagerstown. We're starting to see some drying out, and that system is getting closer and closer to the coastline. So as we look here with a little closer look of Maryland, you see a bit of a dry slot there over Baltimore up toward Cockeysville, but this system is continuing to move, and then there's a bit of a dry slot down toward the metro area. As you get down toward, let's say, Severna Park, there's just a little bit of a break there. And over toward the eastern shore, you see the transition of the rain and snow, and it's all rain as you get down south of, say, Cambridge into Salisbury. And overall, we're still seeing mostly snow around the Beltway. So let's talk about how this is all playing out. Temperatures are primarily still below freezing. So 29 degrees in central Maryland, that's at BWI, Thurgood Marshall, 28 in Cumberland, 30 in Easton, 32 in Cambridge, and then we are above freezing in Salisbury and in Ocean City, 34 and 37 respectively in those locations. The temperatures are going to support an all snow event around the metro area. We're below 32 degrees. So we still have a winter storm warning, and here is what the problem has been. This storm is very slow. It's moving across the area at a snail's pace, basically. Every time for the last several hours that we have checked with the National Weather Service updates, winter storm warning has been extended. It was initially 6 p.m. this evening. It went till 9 p.m. tonight, and now it is extended until midnight. So again, until this system gets out of here, all the areas shaded there in pink are under a winter storm warning, basically advising you that driving could be treacherous, visibility at times could be a problem, and the travel is going to be slow going. So let's talk about what we're expecting through the day. Already seeing between 3 to 5 inches across the top portion of the state, basically from the western edge of Carroll County and over toward Frederick County all the way over to northeast Maryland. The dark blue in the middle of your screen, 3 to 5 inches. Transitioning down, the dark blue is going to be 5 to 8. And then there are areas south of D.C. heading down toward Virginia that could see 8 to 12 inches. So again, this is now bumped up to about a 5 to 8 inch total across most of the state, with the lesser amounts north right across the state line. So what we're expecting: widespread snow and showers across the area, 3 to 5 inches northern counties, 5 to 8 central Maryland. Snow tapering tonight after sundown. And then we'll start to see the slick roads playing out through Monday. Give yourself extra time, and do not be surprised if there are delays and maybe even some closures, especially with the schools, because now there's going to be a race against time when the temperatures drop tonight and anything that melts down starts to freeze and refreeze overnight. We're going to have to start clearing that out before kids go back to school or before you start your work week. We'll continue to keep you posted. We'll have some snow totals coming up in just a few moments. Rick?
Tim, thank you. Now let's turn to Kimberly Eaton live in the WJZ Mobile Weather Lab in Glen Burnie. Kim, I know you've been out and about this morning. What are you seeing out there on the roadways?
Well, Rick, we're really seeing the full range of road conditions throughout the state, and I want to show you the neighborhood that we're in right now in Glen Burnie. Now, this is a neighborhood, and you can see that there is still a ton of snow on this street. It looks like maybe plows haven't been through here yet, but we just came off of Highway 2, headed south through Glen Burnie. Remarkably clear. clearly that has been treated and treated again. So really good road conditions out there, but that goes to show, yes, we are seeing the complete range of road conditions throughout the state. Some roads still not in such great shape as the snow continues to come down. And in Anne Arundel County alone, just an idea of what it takes to treat the roads here. They have out 249 plows out working to clear 6,700 county roads. Yes, you heard that right, 6,700. So they have quite a bit of work to do today, and they're planning to drop about 1,800 tons of salt. We have seen a lot of plows out, but still, as you are out driving, keep in mind it is still slick. Just this morning, we saw a crash shut down I-97 near New Cut Road. That has since cleared, but still dangerous conditions. And statewide, we are hearing that more cars are sliding off roads. Now, that being said, we're going to keep driving around and checking out road conditions, in Anne Arundel County and throughout the state. But for now, Rick, back to you.
Kim, real fast, I know a lot of those major roadways seem to be clear, but you guys, you had that vantage point from the side streets, which look like in some parts are still a little messy.
Well, yeah, Rick, let me switch the camera here so you can see. You can see right in front of us, there's still snow. It's kind of slushy here on the side street. And I'm not sure if you can see to the left here, that's Highway 2. It is just such a huge difference. But of course, the crews have to hit those more major highways first. So if you're planning to go out, you want to take all of that into consideration. You want to look at your street, your neighborhood streets, and then the surrounding streets, because we're really seeing the full range. We're talking a few inches of snow and ice to almost completely clear and just a little wet.
Definitely one of the harder hit areas. Kimberly, thank you. We'll check back in with you a little later on. For now, let's go over to Devin Bartolotta, who's live in Towson with more on the conditions there. Hey, Devin.
Hey, Rick, we're at the corner of Overbrook and Heathfield Roads in Rogers Forge, just south of Towson here. And I want to give you a look at kind of what Kim was talking about with some of those side roads. So this is Overbrook, one of the kind of main drags here in Rogers Forge. And you can see that it's a little slushy, but for the most part, pretty clear. We don't have a lot of ice on it. And then we get to some more side roads here like Heathfield, and there's a lot more slush on those roads because those are obviously a little bit less frequented here. But here this morning, it's been a bit of a slow morning. People have been coming out to shovel their sidewalks and shovel some of their parking pads. Kids have been out here having a great time, people walking their dogs. You can see down here there's some shovelers out here, and that young lady that you see right there was just wiping off her car, which is another thing that Baltimore County officials have been telling people and reminding people about this morning, is that if you do have to go somewhere today, to wipe off your entire car. Don't leave snow on the roof, don't leave snow on the hood, because a lot of times it causes accidents either for you or for other people around you. So again, pretty manageable here in Rogers Forge. People are kind of out here enjoying it, shoveling things, and so far those side roads are doing pretty well if you do have to go somewhere. So for now, we're going to send it back inside to you, Rick.